And on this Black History Month, a safe house in New York City has been linked to the Underground Railroad. Historians discovering this hidden secret passageway concealed in the lower drawer of a dresser that was used to hide and provide safe passage for enslaved African Americans seeking freedom. Now, they've always known it was there, but its full significance has only recently come to light. And historians call the passageway inside the Merchants House Museum a masterwork of deliberate concealment. Preservation attorney and visiting professor of preservation law and policy at the Pratt Institute, Michael Hiller, joins me now for more on this. And Michael, this is an incredible discovery, but this is the first intact site found in Manhattan in about 100 years. So I'm curious, how did historians know it's linked to the Underground Railroad?
Well, initially, we weren't really certain what it was. It became more clear once we began to investigate the builder who constructed the house. The builder is a guy named Joseph Brewster, and Joseph Brewster, we found out, was an avowed abolitionist who was part of a secret society who was focused on purchasing the west coast of Africa to stop the slave trade at the source. And we later found out that he also built other buildings, including one downtown with a false floor. And it became very clear after we worked with several architectural historians as well as Underground Railroad experts that the only purpose for this particular passageway was to hide freedom seekers who were seeking to escape enslavement.
Well, so what's next for ensuring that this piece of important history is preserved and shared for years to come?
Well, at the moment, Merchants House, which is where this passageway is located, is currently under siege. There's a proposed development next door. If that work were to proceed, Merchants House could suffer substantial damage. And what's worse is the passageway is lined up directly against that particular work site. So if this work were to proceed, there's a substantial chance that the passageway would be damaged. What we need is some time for scholars and academics to do research and to focus on the site so we can best understand the full extent of the activities of Mr. Brewster and the people with whom he worked, so we can ensure that the full depth of this story can be told.
Well, and I know you said this is the first intact site found in Manhattan in about 100 years, but how common is this to find, these types of passageways in northern states? It's
exceptionally rare, and actually in New York, it's the last intact Underground Railroad site that was found in Manhattan was in 1863, so it's actually over 160 years. The reason it's so rare is that Underground Railroad sites were illegal back in the 19th century. Even in a free state like New York, which abolished slavery in 1827, Underground Railroad sites were dangerous to manage and operate because if you were found out, you were committing a crime back in the 19th century. So as a consequence, the records pertaining to these sites have been concealed, and most of them have been lost to history. The only reason this particular site was uncovered was that the Merchants House Museum had been designated a landmark for other reasons. It's only because it was designated a landmark that the building was preserved, and that's when we were able to begin the study of this particular passageway, and we were able to determine that it was an Underground Railroad site.
Yeah, just so fascinating. Michael Hiller for us. Hey, thank you so much.
Thank you.